That Man and His Manga.
Hello and welcome to That Man. That is me, man. Hello and welcome to That Man. That is me, man. Today it's time to look at what manga I've been reading over the last few weeks, plus light novels. The first manga I want to talk about is Cubart. That's right, this was an interesting title because it is a Minecraft-style isekai in which a bunch of people try out this brand new game and it's like, oh, it's like Minecraft, it's going to be a lot of fun, you can build stuff, it's like Legos, and then they get trapped in this Minecraft world, and it's a serious Minecraft world because once you die in the Minecraft world, you die. Potentially in real life. And yeah, I quite enjoyed this one. It's fine enough. It's one of these titles that if you ever have read stuck in a video game type isekai, you've probably seen this series before. There is a nice little twist on with the whole Minecraft thing, but it's not really anything that's kind of, I would say, is 100% worth checking out if you just want to go in blind. It's not bad, but it's just kind of just a nice, fun enough little title if you want something a little bit different. I personally enjoyed it. I do really like Minecraft. I will go into more depth on this one because I really want to cover it at a later date. Just not had a chance quite yet. But yeah, it's an interesting one that's probably not going to be on everybody's list, but you're probably going to get a decent enough time when you want to try it out for yourself. The next series I want to talk about is Nurse Hitomi's Monster Infirmary, Volumes 1 and Volume 2 by Sheiko. Now, I originally owned Volume 1 quite some time ago, and for Monster Girl Month, I was like, I'm going to cover this series. Nobody talks about Nurse Hitomi's Monster Infirmary, and you know what? It is actually rather good. This, to put it simpler terms, it is probably if you like My Hero Academia, it is the Recovery Girl spin-off in which the girl who is in charge of the infirmary, she's pretty much letting kids come to terms with their quirks. Of course, a lot of kids they're getting all of their interesting quirks. Like, for example, we have the flat girl, or we have the harpy, or we have the bottomless hunger girl, or we have the girl with the long tongue. All of these students, they're just like, oh, I'm developing these new things, I don't know what to do. It's like puberty, only with quirks. And Nurse Hitomi, she's always on hand to give the students a helping hand, and I really like this. I really like this spin on the whole Monster Girl genre, because while it's called Monster Infirmary, it's really not. Like I said, it's more just quirks. It's just, obviously, for example, we have the Floppy Girl with a long tongue, and it's just like, oh, well, some boys like long tongues, and now I understand why all these people are thirsting over Floppy. And yeah, I was really impressed with this one. I was really surprised at how good this one was. I'm really looking forward to checking out some more of them. I've been picking up volumes as and when I go. I did get a bundle of 1 to 5 because Volume 2 seems to be out of print, annoyingly. Or it's out of stock and they're doing a reprint. Or I don't know what's happening with 7 Seas at the moment. But yeah, I would really recommend checking this one out if you do like Monster Girl series, or if you do like more of the kind of the quirk kind of superpowers. And a nice little take on them, a whole thing of you are fine being yourself. Next up is a series that I really wanted to get into for quite some time, and it was after watching the anime I finally decided, yes, I need to collect it. It's another 7 Seas title that's, yeah, it's gonna be a long haul one, and this is New Game! Now, as you guys are already aware, I watched Season 1 of New Game quite recently, and I really enjoyed it. I really like the whole idea. I don't know what it is, I really like this subset genre of office people working in an office. We've got New Game, we've got Shirobako, we've got Mr. Tanagawa's Middle Management Blues, we've got Watercolor, I think that was the one, Tokyo Tarebe Girls, Miss Kobayashi's Dragon Maid. There's a lot of series that have adults being adults in an office environment, and I was really impressed with this. I mean, yeah, this has the whole idea of, oh, well, it's a gamer girl and she's going to design a game. But I never really saw much of a gaming thing. I think the gaming thing is a thing to link it into people who will like those kind of things to get a little bit more attention. But I really enjoyed this one. It's a 4-comer panel title, but honestly, I really enjoyed this series. I was quite surprised at how good it was. Speaking of Office Lady, I also picked up Volume 3 of Miss Kobayashi's Dragon Maid Elma's Office Lady Diary. Volume 3, that's right. I picked up Volume 2, a duplicate by accident, but yeah, I picked up Volume 3, and again, this is very much like New Game. It's the whole of the, well, it's the cute girl does office lady things, and like I said, it's a weird genre of series that I seem to be really enjoying. So if you guys have a recommendation for another one in very much like this office lady thing, recommend me it. I'm going to probably check it out. Maybe I'll do a top 10 office lady series or something. I don't know. I've seen some on Twitter the other day. One of the things I seem to like is one of the series I like is cute girls going out drinking. And that seems to link in with the office lady thing. But yeah, it's more Dragon Maid stuff. This is more pure than maybe the main series. I probably like this a little bit more than the main series at the moment. I don't know. It's just a lot of fun. It's a really fun series. Fafnir is getting a spin-off now, so they've now completed. Everybody's going to get a spin-off. I suppose Ilulu will get the next spin-off potentially, or Miss Kobayashi might get her own spin-off. Miss Kobayashi's Kobayashi Daily Life. Next up we have 86, and my god, this was a fantastic light novel. I've had this one for quite some time, and I was really holding back on when I was going to check this one out, but I'm so glad I did. It was really fun, by which it was really dark and serious, but I had a lot of good time with it. This is interesting. It's about this war where horrible things have happened on both sides, and there's this team of people known as the 86. They're basically piloting unmanned drones because they're not classed as people. That's right. This 86, the government's decided they're not going to class them as people, so they can fight in the wars, so everybody can sit in the ivory towers and feel a little bit more safe. It's very interesting, it's very political, and yeah, it was a very interesting read. I did do a full review on this one quite recently, so I would recommend you check that out if you want a little bit more content on this, because yeah, it's a good one. Next up we have another volume of So I'm a Spider, So What. This is volume 9. I'm a little bit behind in this series. Volume 10 I believe just came out, or it's out in a few days time. I'm looking forward to it because this series is so good. This is a series that I picked up long before I really got into light novels as a whole, and yeah, it's really good. It's hard to kind of see what's going on. There's a lot of huge developments in this series that kind of makes things a little bit more sense. Just check this series out. Honestly, you are not going to be disappointed. If you want a light novel series and you want something a little bit different, a little bit darker, but still keeping that isekai, that game feeling, you're going to have a good time with So I'm a Spider, So What. Wandering Witch. So this is a series that I really enjoyed Volume 1, and it took me a while to pick up Volume 2. Again, much like Spider, I think Volume 3 is out in a few days, and I really like the style of this series. Now, I know a lot of people have its issues, but this is kind of like Kino's journey, in which this is about a young witch where she'll go from country to country and kind of observe them. She does meddle a little bit with what's going on, but it's all these interesting takes on what makes a country, what makes the people from this country, all these countries with weird laws. For example, we have like a country where it's all about clocks, or a country where it's just like, oh, a country for mages, where all the mages are the only ones that are kind of acknowledged. There's a lot of fun stuff in this, but there's a lot of darkness. There's a lot of questionable stuff in the fact that Elena, the Wandering Witch, she's not really gonna interfere with everything. She might do. She's pretty greedy. She will do stuff for gold, but she's not gonna kind of go in and just be like, well, this country, you are pure evil, I'm gonna destroy you all. Because that's not the kind of story this is. This is about someone observing all of these different countries, and I feel that's not going to be for everybody. For me, I do enjoy that. It's not necessarily about the destination, it's all about the journey, and it's about these different countries and the way that they operate, and how there's a little bit of darkness in everything, despite often best intentions. I'd really recommend reading this one rather than the anime. I heard the anime changes up a lot of things to confuse things a little bit more, but yeah, the light novel, personally, I enjoy it. I'm interested to see how it goes, because a lot of people I look up to in light novels, he said it gets really bad eventually, so that might just be me. It might just be that I enjoyed it more than other people do. And this is the one that I am currently reading. I thought I'd cover it because it's not quite finished, and yeah, Highschool DxD. So I've been working on this for the past few days. I haven't really been in the mood to actually read stuff. So Highschool DxD finally got its light novel release, and I'm quite surprised. I thought this was the ecchi beyond ecchi, but it seems quite tame so far. A young man, he finally gets a girlfriend, and that girlfriend turns out to be a dark angel. She's just like, no, well, I'm going to kill you. But he's saved by a beautiful red-headed demon girl who's just like, yeah, you're my slave now. And he's going to have all these awesome super-powered fights. It seems very shonen-ish. I'm reading it and I'm just kind of like, yeah, this feels very much in the same vein as a lot of shonen titles, and that's completely fine. Weirdly enough, when it comes to light novels, I don't find that many series really focus on fights. They focus on the worlds around them, but this definitely seems like it's going to be a battle shonen series. I think I'm about 40 pages off towards the end, and there's been about 3 fights in here. I'm enjoying it. It was one of those series I kind of felt that, because of the way everyone said it, I knew I was going to get into it eventually. But I'm so glad I did. Look forward to a full-on review on this one very shortly once I'm actually done with it, because, yeah, there's going to be a lot of fun here, isn't there? And that's it from me. Let me know in the comments what have you been reading over the last few weeks, and if you are a fan of this, leave a like, remember to subscribe, and I will see you next time. Goodbye.